guys, we're going to start with step 4. That's where I'm at. And I'm going to read out of A Woman's Way to the 12 Steps. I'm in the Women's Recovery Group. Okay, step 4. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Step 4 asks that we continue our self-discovery by taking a careful and in-depth look at ourselves, particularly our behaviors, attitudes, and experiences that contribute to our compulsive behaviors. When we first encounter this step, it may seem overwhelming, feelings of guilt, shame, confusion, and hurt are common. When we carry intense guilt, we can hardly bear the thought of reviewing our past deeds. It may feel too painful to think about how we have hurt others and hurt ourselves. We may question the value of opening old wounds and remembering things that we'd rather forget. Wouldn't it be better to forget the past and move on? I wish that was true for me, because I can't remember so much, the drugs and my health issues has taken so much of my memory, and I want it back, so that doesn't apply to me at all. That was certainly my first reaction to step 4. How could I possibly take a searching and fearless look at myself? Like most women in early recovery, I felt guilty and ashamed about many things in my life. I got beyond the fear and anxiety about step 4 by being gentle with myself. I gradually realized that I could take this step in a spirit of self-acceptance. We can do that. It was a revelation to discover that step 4 wasn't just about agonizing over my past. Instead, it is about getting to know myself better. As one woman says, if you can't discover one tiny thing about yourself that gives you some insight, you've done a 4th step. Why make an inventory? Step 4 offers us an opportunity for self-exploration, perhaps our first opportunity. The more we know about ourselves, our personal history, feelings, motivations, behaviors, and attitudes, the less likely we are to go back to drinking or using, or overspending, binging, or other compulsive behaviors. Think of this step as turning on a light in a pitch-dark room. If you continue to walk around in the dark, you'll probably keep tripping over the furniture and bruising yourself. But when you turn on the light, you can see where you're going. In the same way, the step 4 inventory sheds light on the obstacles in your path. By taking an inventory, you'll be able to see what stands in the way of your recovery. You might also think of an inventory as a ritual house cleaning. You sort through your life, looking for the unwanted, outdated clutter that's taking up space. You decide what's worth keeping and throw the rest away. Only you can make room for something new. When your inner house is clean and clear, higher power can guide your thoughts and actions. I like that. I want to reflect on that for a minute. Not only you can make room for the new. That's so true. Like, what do you want from your life? I want my dedication to God. I want to be, I want evangelism. I want to pure counsel. I want so many things. I have so many goals, and that's my inventory. Is what I am doing for myself that's making me better. What makes me happy. Like using heroin, that was the only thing that made me happy. Knowing I had these goals, but that was in the way, and it's gone now. I pushed that out of the way. It's not in my path anymore. And things that are in my path are my health, my living situations, my money situation. Those are things in my path, my inventory, and how am I going to, categorize this in my life. I'm going to fix it, I guess, is my inventory. I know that I need to do things. I know these things. I'm mindful. You know, we have to be mindful of our defects. My defects are when I want something, I want it right now. You know, it should, you know, things should be done a certain way, and I like routine. I'm a very big person of routine. So let's see where am I? What is an inventory? Basically, an inventory is a list or description of your personal history. My personal history. Although there are many ways to approach creating an inventory, the result is an account of your life, usually written, that considers questions such as these. What have been the significant events in your life? How did we react to those events? What kind of relationships have you had with other people? How have you behaved in your relationships? What are your innermost feelings and your basic attitudes towards life? How have you come to be the person you are today? The goal of the self-questioning is better understand the role that you and others have played in shaping your life. You might summarize step 4 by asking yourself these 2 questions. What has contributed to how my life has evolved? How am I responsible for the way my life has evolved? When your activities face yourself in your past, you begin to take charge of your life. Putting your inventory in writing makes it easier to keep track of your thoughts and insights. A written inventory will also prepare you for later steps, and writing involves you in a tangible action with visible results. For some women, this is the first step that really makes sense because it involves an external activity. The earlier steps are more abstract. They involve internal reflection and decision making. With step 4, we take out a piece of paper and start writing down our experiences, both our inner thoughts and feelings and our outer circumstances. By describing honestly what we and others have done and how we feel about these events, we get to know ourselves. Just as a department store records of an inventory to see what's in stock, we create an inventory to see what we got, what we are missing, and what we need to replace and remove. With this information, we can see the obstacles and pitfalls in our lives and avoid or remove them before they hurt us again. True. Okay. This was a long step. This next is search for defects. Let's see what else we got going on here. Creating new approaches to self-examination. Take a picture. Fearlessness. This is long. Women's common themes. So we're gonna do the first one. We're gonna write down. You know, we're gonna take inventories to get a piece of paper and write it down. So let's see. I don't have many journals here with me. I got the paper. We're going to write down, take an inventory. Step 4. Take an inventory. Okay. First thing in my life I can think about is my husband going to prison. Prison. Leaving me with my babies, 5 and 6. Next thing, I meet Nick. Nick, have Aubrey. And then my son gets cancer. 2 weeks later, Tyler gets cancer. 2 weeks later. Drug addiction, popping pills, doing heroin when the kids go away. When kids went to the dad's. Okay. Built my house. Built my house. Nick uses heroin. Gets addicted. Ruins our life. I meet Ricky. He kidnapped me. Causing my children to go to Kevin and Holly. Come back pregnant with Avery. Come back pregnant with Avery. I'm gonna stop right there because then it gets into when my addiction started. Along these lines. I leave Nick again. I have the babies. Addicted to pills. I'm addicted to pills at this time. Still, I started working and met Almond. Started heroin because the pills were not easy to get anymore. And heroin lasted longer. But then Almond went to prison. Oh. my addiction to heroin unfolds, and I lose the girls. From there, I struggle to get clean. It was surreal. And we'll get into that next. I'm gonna write some more and I'll read it to you guys. And we'll get into the next one of the search for defects tomorrow. Okay. Thank you guys for reading. If anybody has any feedback of their inventory, I'd love to hear it. You can write it in the comments below. Or you can email me at journeyofmyrecoverygmail.com. Thank you guys.